And before we get too far underway, I want to give you a flavor for what our morning looked like here in the football offices.
Jason Beck is officially an Eastern Michigan leader. Congratulations, Jason. Hey man, you're the first Eagle that I've ever been a part of and committed on signing day. So appreciate you, man. That's our first in the great state of Michigan.
Yeah, just excited and nervous at the same time. You know, it never changes. It's like a child. Great.
The excitement of it is just like being a kid on Christmas Day. So I talked to one of them this morning. He said the same thing to me. One of our linebackers, Kyle, he said the same thing, just like Christmas to me.
You signed a national letter of intent at one time. You know what I mean? And you've just done a great job of choosing a place that is going to be special to you forever. I mean that. Chris, there we go. Playing some Fox. You know, it's a big deal for us, man. I mean, you guys are in first class. You know, I mean, there's a bond with that. You know, we're choosing you, and you're choosing us, and you know, we're going to shock the world. We didn't even know each other, like, you know, 2 months ago. You know, now we're bonded for life, and what a great day. Thank you for giving me a little proud.
It is.
That is. And bottom line is, every single one of these guys know who they're getting into, and they want to be here. They want to help make this place special. And so there's a bond with that, and it's going to take us a long, long way. I'm really excited about it.
Awfully early and weathering the storm to make that video happen, and it wouldn't be without his work and all of my team in the athletic department putting this whole day together. But I will say there's nothing better than celebrating today with all of you. Thank you to the Board of Regent members who are here tonight, Regent Mary Trader Lang and Regent Mike Hawks, Regent Jim Webb. Your consistent support and attendance at our athletic events is invaluable. Your support and the way you have guided this university knows that we're in just at the hands of tremendous quality leaders, and we thank you for being here. Celebrating with all of you, our fans and our alumni, our donors, our community members. You know, it just means so much for us to have you all here today. Our student athletes that are here, this time of year, they're engaged in early morning workouts, late afternoon workouts, they're studying, they're preparing for class, and they're really preparing for our first football game next season on August 30th. So I thank you all for being here too. 56 days ago was a memorable day for all of us in Eagle Nation. It was December 12th. I don't know how many of you remember this day, but I certainly remember it. It was the day that our head football coach, Chris Creighton, came here and we met him on this stage in person for the first time. And that day, December 12th, was where the story starts. And today we add a new chapter, an incredibly important chapter. Under Coach Creighton's leadership, the characters will be revealed today and our plot continues to grow. I assure you, our vision is clear, and that is to become a source of pride and joy for this university, and to unite our community with the success of our football program on and off the field. When you see the Block E, you will know that this program in our department represents excellence in everything we do. So it's with great pride that I introduce to you our head football coach, Chris Creighton. He's an extraordinary leader and a great ambassador for our university. And today, you'll see that his recruiting skills are impressive. It's evidenced by the quality of staff and coaches that he has assembled to help build our team, and the recruiting class that they have signed. So welcome back to the stage, Chris Creighton, who will take us on the journey that will lead us to excellence in our football program.
Hey, thanks for coming. Hey, you know what? This is awesome. Here we are in the beginning of February, and we're talking about football and celebrating this football program and signing day. And the first thing that I want to do is reintroduce, we have guys who are here from our team. Many finished the workout that started at 3, and then some just finished the workout at 5 o'clock. And we can all go see that beautiful bubble right there. At 6 a.m. tomorrow, a whistle will blow, and for the next hour and 20 minutes, these guys are going to give absolutely everything they can on a February 6th to make you proud in August, September, October, November, and into December this next year. So, fellas, step forward, put your hand in the air. Let's give these guys a big hand. It may not be what people want to hear, but I'll tell you, the signing day is huge, and we're going to celebrate that. But it's the guys who are here right now and what they're doing right now that are going to change this program. And I'm looking you in the eye right now, and I'm telling you that these guys right here, right now, are going to change this program. And they're putting the work in. Okay? And now I want to introduce our staff. I don't know if there's still bruises on my face from all the punches that I've taken for taking my time for hiring a staff, but today I can tell you it's worth the wait. We did it right, and we went out and found the absolute best. And I want to tell you, before I introduce a single one, every single guy that I talk to, and I can tell you, I have over 1,700 emails on my account that was just started up 3 weeks ago. And they are a majority of coaches from around the country who want to work in Eastern Michigan. So I'll tell you this, the first question I asked every single one that I talked to was why? Why do you coach? And it's unfortunate that so many people have a problem or have difficulty, I should say, in answering that question. And some coach because of, fame, power, ego, competitive drive. And others coach, there's a competitive drive, but you get into coaching because you care about the guys that you coach. It's impossible to be a coach if you don't have players. All right? And those from 18 to 22, man, those are magical years. And everyone sitting up here on this stage could answer the reason why they coach. For many of us, there was a coach who had a significant impact on our life. And so we now want to be a part of these guys from 18 to 22, help their dreams come true, and help them become the men that they were created to be. Every single guy up here could answer that question in that manner. The second thing is, why would you want to come to Eastern Michigan University? And this is one where I don't think people anticipated me asking that question so strongly and so bluntly. And, the answers of these guys sitting up here was because they believed at their very core that this was an opportunity to not only do what they love, but to do it in a place, in a moment in time where there's an opportunity to make this place great. And I'm not ashamed to say that to you. Okay, I'm not going to hide behind that. We're up here because we believe that with these guys, that we can make that E stand for excellence. Not that it doesn't already do that for a lot of people, But in the quick 6 weeks that I've been here, you've got people who are from Eastern who have a ton of pride in the place. And it's awesome. You know, and then with some people, there's just a perception of it, they just don't know, much about it or whatever. Well, when people see that Block E, we want them to immediately associate it with excellence. And that's not just the football program, that's everywhere, but we want to do our part. And we believe that we can do it. We can do it right, and we can do it with men who want to do it right, and who are passionate about being a part of something bigger than themselves. And an opportunity to take something that is not what it can be and get it there, to close the gap like we talked about 56 days ago. And so that's why we want to be here. And that's why we want to do it with the guys who are here right now. So I want to introduce the staff to you. Coach DeBoer, if you'd stand up. Coach DeBoer, Kaylee DeBoer is our offensive coordinator and is going to be coaching the quarterbacks. He is really the first one that I was able to woo into coming here. He was up for a head coaching position. And if you've looked, I'm not going to give you guys all the numbers on these guys, but if he's a 3-time national football coach of the year. What comes underneath that? You know what I mean? A lot. And the offenses that he's run score points, and a lot of them. And so, again, not only is he an expert at what he does in terms of coordinating offense, but just spent the last 6 weeks with them, he's just a person that you want guys to be around because he's great people. So let's give Coach DeBoer a nice round. Coach Todd Frakes is going to be coaching our secondary. He's going to be our recruiting coordinator, the same 2 positions that he held with us at Drake University. And, it took me a while on both go-arounds to get Coach Frakes to say yes. But both times we got him, and it's a blessing that we have him here at Eastern. Very close friend of mine. Again, we spent the last two years together. His wife Megan, and they have a newborn as of July. Hadley, and they're going to be moving out here as soon as they can. But we were talking this morning. We talked to the staff, and Coach Frakes is an analytical thinker. He is very, very bright, and he knows this game inside and out. And we're very fortunate to have him, and it's great to have somebody that's familiar, with me on our staff, Coach Todd Frakes. Coach Brad McCaslin is our defensive coordinator and will coach the linebackers, the inside linebackers, who was the same capacity for us at Drake University after being at the University of Nebraska of Omaha for 14 years. He's in one place for 14 years. We came into Drake in his first year, led us to a championship, and had our defense ranked top 15 in the country. He is a brilliant defensive mind, excellent at what he does, and again, is a father of 3. And an awesome wife, and they're going to be trying to get out here as soon as they can as well. And again, just does it for all the right reasons. And we've done it together before. We're going to do it together again. Coach Brad McCaslin. So the other night, fellas, you knew I was going to bring this up. We went bowling. The team, we drafted 8 different teams, and doing some competition, and we had a coach's team at bowling, and we absolutely annihilated our team with our team average score. It was a great night for us. Great night for us. Before we started bowling, Coach Williams got up and introduced himself. He was just hired. This is Coach Jimmy Williams. And Coach, go ahead, give him a hand. So I said, Coach, introduce yourself to the team. And he got up and he said, hey, I'm Jimmy Williams, and I'll be coaching the defensive line. Looking forward to getting to know you. And he sat down. I said, Coach, give me a little bit more than that. And so he broke into that he was the 15th player taken in the draft and played in the National Football League for 12 years and was captain of this and that and played at University of Nebraska for Coach Osborne. I'll tell you what, though, when we were on our interview, I don't think we ever talked about football. We spent about 4 hours just talking about life and why we do it and how we do it. And I think before either of us were done with the interview, we knew that he was supposed to be here at Eastern Michigan coaching football. And so just really, really, really excited that he is here. He's been in the MAC at a couple different places. He was a coordinator at Buffalo when they won the MAC, and has just most recently been the defensive coordinator at University of Alabama, Birmingham. Let's welcome Coach Williams. All right, Coach Bo Flowers. Coach is going into his next fall will be his third season. Played football at the University of Illinois and Illinois State after a Major League Baseball career. And I'll tell you what, it's been really, really good to have Coach Flowers here in the transition, letting us know about the team and how things have been run and done before, and can tell how much he cares about these guys, about this program, and has done an awesome job helping out our whole staff in the transition. He's got a very, very bright future as a coach, and I told him we got to figure out a way for him to fail his master's program so that we can keep him here for another year. Coach Bo Flowers. All right, Coach Jay Peterson. Coach Jay Peterson is going to be coaching our running backs. And some of you don't know that his real first name is Adrian Peterson. And so we thought we should have him coaching the running backs. Even though he's been a defensive coordinator most recently at Miami of Ohio. The other day we're going around the room getting to know each other as a staff. And a neat fun fact here about Coach Peterson. His senior year in high school, 1979, the great state of Ohio, he was second leading rusher in the United States of America, behind Herschel Walker. Not too shabby, not too shabby. But the energy and passion that he has for the game is already evident. We've just had one morning together as a staff with the team last Tuesday, and just has a fire about him, a passion, and wants to do it for all the right reasons. So we're thrilled that he is going to be with us here at Eastern Michigan University. Coach Jay Peterson. All right, Coach Chris Simpson. Coach Chris Simpson is going to be coaching our outside linebackers, and has spent the last 4 years at Grand Valley State here in Michigan. And prior to that, he spent a couple years at University of Nebraska, Omaha, with Coach McCaslin. So it's a really good fit for Coach McCaslin and Coach Frakes, who spent the last 2 years together, and then moving a few years even prior to that, Coach Simpson and Coach McCaslin coached together there, and so know each other well. Has been recruiting the great state of Michigan the last 4 years, and knows what it's like to win a championship, as they've been doing that their fair share of times at Grand Valley State. So he and his wife and 2 children are going to be moving across the state here, and really glad that he's part of our staff. This man needs no introduction, Mr. Jake Kirkendall, who's going into his 7th season. It is really good to hear you clap so loudly for him, because so much of what he does, none of us have any idea how hard he works. Unbelievable. And everywhere that I've gone in Ypsilanti, from the Marriott to Tower Inn to Sidetracks to meet people, you know, in just different stores, gas stations, everybody has a great impression of Eastern Michigan football because of Jake Kirkendall. And I got to meet him on my visit here. He opened the door for us to come into the building late at night. Had the lights on in the stadium, and he has given so much of himself to this program and to this department and to this school. And we, all of us here who are clueless and run around with our heads cut off still, will forever be in debt to who he is and how he does things. And so, if you haven't met him, you need to, because it's been 6 years, but I'm telling you, he's a legend and he's great at what he does. Jake Kirkendall. You guys can figure out our banquet's going to be long, man, so I'm not short-winded. Coach Taylor Stubblefield is going to be coaching our wide receivers, and most recently has come from Wake Forest University. But many of you will remember him from his playing days at Purdue. And I actually was just coaching about 30 minutes south of where he was playing, and I guarantee you I knew who he was. One of the finest NCAA Division I receivers of all time. And we got Coach aboard, and I got to meet him down at the National Convention, and probably about 5 minutes into it, we knew that this guy was very, very talented, no longer as a player, but I mean as a coach. And it's just really, really good, and just in one morning again with our team, I think our guys know that they're in store to have a great, great wide receivers coach, and we really appreciate him being here. Okay, and last but not least, we got Coach Ryan Grubb, who's going to be coaching our offensive line. Has spent, I think, the last 4 years as an offensive coordinator at the University of Sioux Falls. And prior to that, Coach DeBoer, who was the head coach at the University of Sioux Falls, coached the offensive line with Coach DeBoer. And, you know, in this game, it's so good to have fresh ideas and to sit around the table with people having done it differently, and to have new, fresh ideas. But it's also important to know some of those people in the room and to have done it with guys before. Because in coaching, you go through hard times and you go through, you know, exciting, wonderful times. And it's good to be familiar with some of those guys in the room. And so for Coach DeBoer to have Coach Grubb, that was the first thing that he told me after the interview is we've got to get Grubb. We've got to get Grubb. We've got to get Grubb. Well, we got Grubb. And we're sure glad that we got him. Already you can tell he's a tireless recruiter and is going to make our football team better. So we're glad he's here. Coach Ryan Grubb. Coach McKeefrey and Angie, come on up here to the stage, if you will. I knew Coach McKeefrey was good, but I didn't know he was Superman. He was just working these guys out and got in the phone booth and is all dressed up for us. Coach Ronnie McKeefrey and his wife Angie, who are with us right here, and I'll tell you what, I happened to be at their wedding some 16 or 17 years ago. Coach McKeefrey, our lives intersected back in 1997 as he was in his junior year at Ottawa University, going into his senior year, and I became the head coach at Ottawa University, and we got to spend his senior year together, and it was magic. I'm going to tell everybody this story since you're our strength coach. We were getting after it in the mornings, getting ready for his senior year, just like we're doing on Tuesdays and Thursdays now. And you think about this, fellas. We just had an unbelievable workout. Later that day, in the afternoon, I walked into the weight room, and Coach McKeefrey is in there working out. And I go up to him and I say, you know, Ronnie, what are you doing? You know, I mean, we just had this killer workout. And he looked at me and he said, I didn't have a very good workout this morning. I'm redoing it. And I just said, you got to be kidding me. This guy is unbelievable. And so then Ronnie led that football team to a 9-1 record and to a championship. And the first time in the national playoffs in 25 years. He turned the program around at South Florida, started the program from scratch, was there for 11 seasons and took them to a #2 ranking in the United States. Has been with 3 different NFL teams, most recently Cincinnati Bengals. And he chose to leave the Cincinnati Bengals to be here at Eastern Michigan. And I'm just going to tell this to everybody, even though I don't know anybody, not everybody here, but I knew that he's as good as it gets. And there's people who want him to coach at their place. And he's already told people, no, I'm at Eastern Michigan. And it's that kind of loyalty and that kind of sacrifice and commitment that's going to match our teams. And that's what's going to take us to where this place has not been in a really, really long time. So let's give a nice warm welcome to Coach McKeefrey. We have a video to show you here of our 17 new Eagles, and I'm going to not be long-winded with this, but I want to make sure that you get a chance to see their face, and then we've got maybe just a 30-second highlight film for each of those guys. So K. John Armstrong is an offensive lineman, incredibly athletic, can play both the guard and tackle positions. He's obviously from Detroit. You can read it there. Let's watch him play. When you're 6'5" and 270 and you can move the way he moves, you get really, really, really excited because that 270 will become 315. His feet will stay as good as they are. With all of these guys, just like with the coaching staff, talent was not enough. They basically had to prove to us that they wanted to be at Eastern, that they wanted to be a part of something special, that they believed in themselves in a way that they were going to be able to turn this thing around. Chris Bukowski there is another offensive lineman. We've got 5 offensive linemen in the class. 4 of them are from the great state of Michigan. And Chris is the tallest of the group, and he's got a chance to play offensive tackle. He's rehabbing his shoulder right now. But again, when we put some meat on those bones, and he's every bit of 6'5", he's got a chance to be a very athletic tackle for us from DeWitt. Football team right now, we have 5 guys who are going to get their last year of eligibility on the offensive line. And so it was very important for us to get an offensive line class. Dwayne Brown, you all know, is a true freshman, is the only offensive lineman in the freshman class. Chris Hendricks, another offensive lineman from the west side of the state, and he's every bit of 6'5", 270 right now. He is an undefeated heavyweight wrestler. He's undefeated with respect to the state championship. He's benching over 400 pounds and squatting 600 pounds right now. I think he's going to be a great player. When you've got guys who are 6'5" and weighing somewhere between 270 and 285, they have to have great feet. And so when you're watching offensive line and you're seeing on that tackle, they've got to be able to move their feet. Jeremy Hickey, again, from Michigan here, from Brother Rice. He won 3 state championships in his 4-year career. And I say, when you want to look at feet, you see Jeremy really moves well. And he's a winner, just like all of these guys. I remember having a conversation with him in December. And I said, what are you looking for? He said, I want to be a part of something special. I want to be a part of a family. And I said, well, you're looking at the right place, because that's what we are, and that's what we're going to become. Dakota Talman might be the biggest of the offensive linemen. You can see him there at left tackle. He also plays his guard. He's from outside of Cleveland. And after we had the press conference, I went up to Grand Rapids to do a home visit, and then I drove in the snow from Grand Rapids down to Cleveland to watch him play CYO basketball. And he played it well, and he's weighing a lot of weight, let's just put it that way. But moves really well, and he is somebody who was an early offer before we ever got here, just stayed true to his word, and stuck with Eastern all the way through. Kenny Jones is an offensive wide receiver out of Indianapolis. Lawrence Central High School is 15-0 and a state champ his senior year. And was getting offers even from the Big Ten as a junior. And Coach DeBoer did a great job with his relationship there with Kenny. Had a great official visit. Our guys did a great job hosting him. He's every bit of 6'2". I think he's probably even a hair taller than that. runs really well, is just a dominant presence as a wide receiver. Ian Erickson, that name might be familiar to some of you, as he was an incredible running back here at Clarkston High School, and was one of the members of the dream team that I got to meet the very first night that I was here. And he had committed to Eastern and has stayed true to that all the way through. He is the real deal. He is tough and physical, and is going to be a cornerstone of this class. He rushed for an incredible amount of yards in the state playoffs and the state game. Then Shaq Benn's got to have better ball security in that picture than that. But Shaq is from South Bend and plays running back, which you'll even see him in some of the Wildcat and catching balls. A great athlete, and again, he rushed for 425 yards in one game. He had two other games where he rushed for over 300 yards. You know, he had some big-time people on him. He had a great connection. And I'll tell you the thing about Shaq being able to Shaq and quick is he's a better person than he is a player. Our guys remember him. He was able to play football, and just he's a great human being who happens to be very, very talented football player. Jeremiah Harris. I don't know what those guys are doing up in Central right now, but whatever they're doing it without Jeremiah. Because Jeremiah is here at Eastern now as a defensive end, and I know that they wanted him badly, but he wanted to be here. And he is another dream team honoree here in the great state of Michigan. He has a motor that you wouldn't believe. And Coach Grubb went to watch him play basketball one night in a 4 overtime game. He never came out, scored 42 points, and had 23 rebounds. So we'll bowl against him, but we're not playing basketball against Coach. Lion King. He's Simba now. If this guy becomes Mufasa, he's going to be pretty good. He's tall and long and very athletic. Again, another incoming freshman from Michigan, Southfield High School. And it just has tremendous length and athleticism. You just got to put some meat on his bones. For all of you involved in social media, it sounds like his name is becoming world famous right now. DeMarcus Moon played running back most of his life. He's a great athlete who just as a senior moved to linebacker, and we just see tremendous potential in him at a linebacker because he can run so well. He's a great height and weight for the way he's able to run. And again, just as good of a player as he is, just an awesome guy, a leader, and the kind of person that we want in our program. And I'll say this, and I believe about our guys. I believe that good character matters not only, you know, on Sunday through Friday, but it matters on Saturday. You know, you got great character, think bad things are going to happen on Saturdays and whatnot. When you got great people who love each other and want to do things right, commit to each other, that matters. That matters. David Francis. David Francis, you see him catching the ball right there. This is a 6'3" outside linebacker who we could have taken as a wide receiver. I mean, he plays the game that well at a wide receiver. But he's got a little nasty to him, and so we're going to play him at an outside linebacker. And he's another long body that when he puts some weight on, is able to run the way that he runs. He's going to be a great outside linebacker in our system. We knew it was a good sign when he came up from from Florida on his official visit with a brand new big old park. So, we knew if we wanted to be able to return that, we had a chance. Kyle Rockwall from the Pier East High School here in Michigan. He had 109 tackles this season. First team All-State, and was a Flint Dream Team player. Very, very active. And again, in college football, you got to be able to run as a linebacker, and especially in this conference, you got to be able to run. And Kyle can run. He's every bit of 6'3", and wants to live in the weight room. And again, he's got the ability to run. Jason Beck, you saw in the video, he was the first commit this morning, the first one that came through the facts. He can play both a safety and a corner. We've got him penciled in at safety right now, and I think the guy he's matched up in this game is a Notre Dame commit, and he owned the ball game. He's got really good speed, good nose for the ball, and that's some aggression to him. He's from Arsenal Tech High School out of Indianapolis. Anytime that you can take a big corner and make it a safety, again, you've got a chance to get faster as a team. It's also fun when he canceled his visit to Akron after he visited us. Cam Bolden from Cincinnati, Ohio, LaSalle High School. And again, you can see there's a little bit of a, yeah, he can hit. He's every bit of 6'3". Again, he's long, doesn't have a whole lot of meat on his bones right now, but again, a lot of guys in this class are guys that we feel as though they can run and they're long and have the ability to put some weight on. So Cam was recruited by a bunch of schools in the MAC. And down south as well. We're going to have him playing a free safety spot. Tim Gordon is going to be playing corner, and he is out of Minneapolis, Creek-Durham Hall High School in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And again, Tim, somewhere between 5'11" and 6 foot, and he's just one of those guys who's a player. You know, he may not be as fast as the other guys that we've recruited and whatnot, but some guys are just players. This guy's got a knack for the ball. He understands the game, knows how to break on the ball, and he's really good. Again, he's the kind of guy that we want in our program. He's a great person who's going to make us better. Okay, Ross Williams. Ross Williams, again, from the state of Michigan, very, very, very fast. Runs track and plays both, track and football. And I think we had him, yeah, he's expected to win the state championship in the 300-meter hurdles. I think he won it last year, actually, as well. And I think he'd be a great cover corner. Sometimes cover corners aren't very aggressive or don't like to be very physical, but you'll see him, he's got that in him. So he can run, and when he gets there angry. All right, those are the 17 new ones. I think our staff's going to come down and join you, and we just want to spend some time getting to know you. And I think we've got.
Coach, I just want to thank you, Coach, for running through everybody and introducing us all to the new Eastern Michigan football coaching Go Eagles, everyone.